guys, welcome to the Train of Thought Podcast, your podcast for relationship topics and relationship conversations. Our first topic today will be how to process a breakup. Well, from my research, I know that breakups happen mostly between March to mid-June. Reasons could range between financial strength from the Christmas, you got the Valentine's Day, maybe anniversary or birthday dinner in there as well too, and the guy or girl couldn't take it anymore, to summer preparations. Summertime, people feel like they got more options, more hoes, so they want to be single then, or even a lack of depth in a relationship and just didn't really work out. So here's the first process, the first step in how to handle a breakup. Do not make the clarity conversation hold you attached. And this is more directed towards girls than guys, because I know, let's say if your guy caught you off guard in the breakup and you were still emotionally in it, you kind of have those questions of why, what happened. And usually like sometimes you'd have that conversation to see where things went wrong before you guys completely end things. I'm telling you, sometimes you don't need the clarity, because the clarity will hold you attached to that person longer than you should be. Now, I understand with respect in relationships, there should be conversations to be had, not leaving the person dry, especially if you had an intimate relationship as well too. But I'm telling you, if he's not willing to give you that clarity conversation, it's okay. Do not fight for it. Let it die off. Okay? Next one, I know it's hard, but you need to take the time to reflect. Now, most times people usually talk about relationships when things end, it's always the other person's fault, never their fault. I'm not saying that couldn't be the case, but it's always a reflection to see, where did I not see signs? Where did I see signs? Where did I go wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like certain things like that, you need to reflect and see how you could change yourself for the better for the next person, and how you could make sure to reflect and see if your standards were kept. Because sometimes too, in relationships, we tend to push our standards aside for our partner. And that could blindside us in terms of morphing ourselves into somebody else that we weren't before in a relationship. So take that time to reflect after the breakup to see where things went wrong on your side, so to make sure you don't have that mistake again. Okay? Next step is, the only validation you should seek is from yourself. Now, again, I have a few stories with this one where I know some people that have recently gone through breakups, and immediately they're hitting the club scenes, going to parties and stuff. That's not how you gain the validation you need, by diving through girls or guys. Like, no. Fixate on yourself and say you're more than enough, you're worth the love, you deserve the love. The person you were with didn't magnify the love that they had for you, right? And that's why you're single. But I'm telling you, you need to reflect and give that love back to yourself. Don't seek from other people. They don't care for you that way. They don't care for you that way. Focus on yourself, please. Okay? Main one I have for people is to create positive distractions. Again, back to the clubbing and things. You're just drowning away your sorrow in liquor. I'm sorry. You're gonna do one night stand. I just don't understand the process of breakups. And I'm gonna tackle each gender here. For guys, they think after the breakup it's going after girls and having sex loosely and stuff. Like, I just don't get it. That's not how you really heal. It's taking the time again to process things and find yourself to be worth more. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa with girls, like they just go straight to the clubbing scene again, flirt with guys and stuff, seeking validation. I get the validation is nice to be wanted, but again, that one is more lust and not emotionally seeking after you. I'm not saying you have to dive back into something again romantically too, but like take time to kind of get to know yourself before you get to know other people. You're just doing yourself disjustice. I just never understand when people break up, they jump into just throwing their bodies out and racking up more bodies. Like, I just don't get it. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your body. You know what I'm saying? Respect yourself before you go out and do that. But again, if that's how you heal, that's how you process, by all means do what you do. But I'm telling you, at the end of the tunnel, you're gonna feel empty again. It's just a waste of time, So my examples for this is, try set new hobbies, maybe there's something you used to do in the past like drawing or playing certain sports. Try new hobbies again. Next thing, read some books, self-help books, fictional books, non-fictional books, or something to distract your mind from planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? Just put yourself into more positive things that can gain back benefits to you, right? Go on trips, positive trips, no Miami trips, maybe like a Costa Rica or something Europe. Just something fun that you can say, okay, this is push the sad emotions away, and I feel back to myself again, okay? So please try more positive distractions than negative distractions. I'm telling you, do not drown your sorrows away because they're going to text back your ex. You don't need to be clubbing again. I know, especially summertime, that's not the right function to do. Try new things. There's food fest going on, just different things. Try positive things. Okay, next thing I have is build independence and heal. Now, I notice again, this is my main thing I tell people is you have to be independent before you start dating. You know what people say, oh, I lost my other half, they knew the best of me. It's like you feel like like a half glass of water, right? You should have been a full cup before trying to pour into somebody else, right? Please try and build independence before dating. I'm telling you, because it leaves you feeling hollow because you gave so much to the other person that you don't feel complete again. And it's harder to pick yourself up after a breakup, especially for years because you've built that comfortability, that lifestyle routine. It's a harder process, and that's why certain exes can always come back in your life because you haven't processed that independence. Please build independence and heal before you start dating again, because you're going to throw the baggage onto the next person and they don't deserve that. Okay? The last tip I have is to try again. Back to what I said before, you might have felt like you lost your other half, but I'm telling you, there's somebody out there that is more deserving of you, that will try harder and will do all the standards that you require. But you have to try again and not be closed off. If you need any more assistance in terms of understanding yourself in the breakup, please feel free to go to resolvecoaching.com. We can do a one-on-one conversation, see if we click, and I can help you through that process. But please focus on the positive things after the breakup than the negative things. That's the best way to heal.